Warning, spoilies ahead. And he goes, and when he turns, it makes the sound of sloshing water.
Yeah, like he's full of water.
I don't know if it's because after he chugged all the water, just like,
Yeah.
oh yeah. But I always assumed it was like the skin so loose, it made like a slapping, juggling noise. That's what I always thought, so that's what I'm gonna go with.
I'm gonna go with that too, because that's what I always thought too. I was like, oh, maybe it's because he's like a bug. He's all jiggly.
Sloshing around in there.
Yeah.
This is Two Guys, One Film. 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 I'm Dylan. And I'm Dane.
Hi, welcome to Two Guys, One Film. I'm Dylan.
And I'm Dane. And this week we watched the 1983 movie Videodrome. Videodrome. This is the first time I saw this movie.
I've seen scenes from this movie. This is my first time watching the complete thing as well.
But February 4th, 1983. Director David Cronenberg. So I saw that. I didn't even realize it until like I started watching the movie. I'm like, oh, hey, cool. All right.
It's a
screenplay, Cronenberg. I mean, he wrote and directed it,
And he's Cronenberg. That's all you folks need to know.
And it's about a guy who runs a, I guess, smutty TV channel.
It's like a smutty cable company almost, like.
Yeah. Well, is it? Well, because I think it's just a channel.
Yeah, and he's like trying to make a name for himself. But like through the whole movie, what's crazy and great about it is it looks both futuristic and not at the same time. It's almost like dystopian but not. So like in my mind I'm like, oh, TV's a different thing in this era. I'm like, but no, it's just TV. So it's like the way it's filmed and the way it's like portrayed, like it's just like enough weird science fiction creepiness to it where you're like, is this like a dystopian? But it's not, because it's like
so it's about what's his name? Max. His name's Max. It's James Woods, our boy James Woods. He runs this TV company. I guess he wants to get more viewers. He wants more people to be watching, and so that's basically it. The intro of it is him.
Yeah, and he's like finding saucy material to put on there, and he finds that like,
is it like a Japanese like
super softcore like porn or something? And she's just like naked taking a bath, and he's like, "Let me take number 13." They're like, "But there's a whole story. You won't know it." He's like, "I don't give a shit."
Yeah,
people figure it out. And then the guys watching, they're like, "Oh, no, it's not racy enough. They're trying to be the shock jocks. You try to get some hits." And then his buddy, the Mr. Pirate, not an actual pirate, but like a LimeWire pirate.
Is that what he does? Also, like, does he just like steal? Well, not like steal. So like, does he get on there, find shows, and then go find these people and say, "Hey, do you want to be on my channel?"
It's almost like, like Max, what he does. What I think he uses his buddy that would randomly say Spanish words, but didn't have a Spanish accent. He was like a super Canadian like guy or whatever. Mm-hmm. I think he's just like, I think he works for the station, but he also like will get transmissions and be like, "Hey Max, check this shit out. We could try to use it," or something like that. He goes, "Hey, fuck yeah," because he also had that lady that was like trying to sell him that like Dionysus like thing of like the weird party, but she's like, "The lady that's all old timey."
Yeah.
We're jumping around, folks. This is I took like a couple of notes.
That's same. Like I kind of stopped because I was like, I don't really know what to.
So like this
we'll just go into it. Yeah,
this happens literally every time it's a Ryan movie. Every time it's a Ryan movie, I stop taking notes and I just watch the fucking movie. So this is a Ryan movie. Thank you, Ryan, for Videodrome. But Yeah, let's
Course,
just
thanks.
get into it.
Of course,
Of course,
thanks.
it's a Ryan movie.
He's talking, and he talks to that guy. Is it? He doesn't. Does he see Videodrome before he does the like show?
No, I think he saw like a clip of it. They only saw like once again this movie like it's kind of a fever dream where like I'll remember parts and I'll go, wait, what?
Yeah.
But like I'm pretty sure he only saw that quick transmission where he was like, oh, what is this? And it's just like the lady getting like thrown around. The guy's like, oh, I think it's an electrified wall, which that room looks straight up like a David Lynch designed room. Like the
weird
Videodrome room is like
wall.
the clay wall and the
Yeah.
red and then like the grate on the bottom. I was like, man, this is some like David Lynch looking room. When you first see him and he's got that like video from his like secretary, she'll like record a video each day and like that way he wakes up to it like to tell him the agenda, which I thought was fucking great.
Yeah.
But like he's eating this old pizza crust and it was like the hardest sounding pizza crust because it's just left open there. It's like, like he's
But like he
lives
it
like a slob and he's just like
it's normal. Like it's just a normal everyday thing. Like how long has that pizza been there? How long have you been eating on that like pizza?
Don't worry about it. I'm such a busy guy doing
dips
my
it in his
thing.
coffee.
Yeah,
I was like gross too.
I'm just such a busy guy, always doing my thing. I like James Woods.
I do too.
He doesn't get enough work for me, and also he's such like a distinct voice and personality, kind of like a Christopher Walken. Like the way he talks is so like distinct. It only works for James Woods.
Like that's
John Carpenter's Vampires is actually a pretty fucking cool movie.
Like that's why
People
to
dog
me
on it,
like
but it's
he
good.
just does not like you're right. He doesn't get enough attention.
And he's great because he's so good at like playing that fast talking like industry butthole that's just trying to make his way up, and then when he gets like too deep, he's just like, oh fuck. Then he starts going crazy.
He has this, to me, like ability to make you kind of feel nervous. He has this like you're like, dude, just chill out a little bit.
Like he's always anxious.
Yeah, he's like on edge. Like, but he's like good at it. Like it doesn't come off like an. I don't know. Like it's good. It's cool.
He's always just like it's like in this. He's always just like hyper and just like ready to go and stuff like that. Another note I have is when he goes and sees his pirate guy, he has that like sign on the door of like, oh, like pirates or something, and like this is the pirate bay. I don't remember what it said. He's like, oh, you really want to advertise it? The guy takes the sign off and he like takes a bite and he starts chewing it, and I was like, does he finish that?
I know, that's what I thought too.
I just imagine like Max leaves out and he's just like, I'm gonna finish it.
And he's like sitting there like like most of the way through it, just.
I committed to the bit. I gotta finish it.
Gotta finish it.
Oh, Max might walk in if it's not all the way eaten. He might fire me.
If he came back and it was like not all the way done. He's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, what the fuck you doing? I was trying to finish it because essay that I was like trying to do the joke, essay.
So he goes on that talk show.
Yeah, and it's like him, Debbie Harry, who she has that like help show. It's almost like a weird Dr. Ruth in a way, but she like does it so like sexually lover, like you need help lover, and she's like in her like 80s like workout attire.
It was like it was weird because I was like, wait, what are you doing? Like, because the person on the
like needed serious help,
Yeah,
like a
it's just
suicide
like-
hotline, and then she's like, yeah, you're gonna call some help, aren't you, love? You're gonna call our line, aren't you? So it's like it's a weird.
That's what made it kind of have this weird dystopian like.
And I know it's like it's got to be Cronenberg making a jab at like the way people wanted to run television and stuff like that, of like what people think they want to see or what people need to do to make a big splash on television, and people doing like weird racy
Just like
stuff
up over the top, like
so like it definitely seems like I don't want to say so much as like TV will corrupt you as a straight up like that, but like trying too hard and being a too like thing, it's
like
gonna
just
bite you in the
feeding
butt.
you just like a ton of like just giving you a bunch of BS,
Yeah,
and then like just maybe how much you can suck up, like how much you'll like put up with,
But yeah, he's on that, and there's that Reverend, or is he a Reverend? It's like, what was his name? Because he gave it to himself, like Professor, like Reverend, blah, blah, blah.
Oblivion.
Oblivion, yeah. It's like Dr. Professor Father Oblivion or something like
Yeah.
that. Hang on, I'm gonna look it up. Sorry, folks, this is really professional.
I mean, at this point, you should come to expect that we do this kind of
We're
stuff all
8
the time.
seasons in, folks, and you're still like, what?
What a bunch of unprofessional jerks.
No, they only have it as Brian Oblivion, but yeah, he was like, like Professor Brian Oblivion, and he's like, he only appears on tape. He's like, I only appear on TV. I think TV is like the way of, this is the new flesh. This is the new mind, pretty much. Like TV is the mind and everything like this. This is how we will talk in the future. So I only appear on TV.
Like, I don't ever appear getting film. Like, he doesn't appear on TV unless he's on a TV.
Yeah, like he'll only show up on a TV.
Like he'll never not be on a TV. You won't see him in the flesh.
In the flesh. And you'll find out later why, folks. Boilies ahead. So he meets Debbie Harry and just asks her out, like, straight up on the show, because she's like, oh, don't you think, like, you're doing stuff that's, like, too provocative? And he's like, well, fucking look at you. You're wearing this, like, red dress. And she's like, okay, well, you got me on that. Like,
I totally want. I want people to notice me. I mean,
yeah. Come on, Debbie Harry.
Yeah.
And just like, I love, and this is one of those scenes where it's like he's making me nervous, just the way he's like acting and talking, because he's like smoking and he's just like in the middle of talking. You're like, okay, I gotta ask you on a date, and he's like just talking to her and murmuring to her while this other dope head's like on the fucking TV talking to the dumb thing, and then she's like, and he's like not even fucking paying attention, and that's what I love about it. He was just like in it to like, all right, I'm gonna ask her out now.
Yeah.
So his buddy gets a full copy of Videodrome because he found out, hey, it's not being scrambled. It's not from like, it's not.
He thought it was like Asia.
Yeah,
that's right. Because he goes like, oh, it's taking this long to get here.
It's like Malaysian thing with the thing, and then he's like, oh, I figured out. He's like, I scrambled it. It's coming from Philadelphia, or like Pennsylvania or some shit. I'm really bad at remember Pittsburgh. That's it. Yeah, because it's the pit of the fucking United States. But yeah, then he found out it's coming from there. And so he gets a full tape. And, like, what's funny is, I shouldn't say it's funny, but immediately watching, like, the first bit of footage he gets from Videodrome was super unsettling. Because I was like, that's real. I mean, in the movie, it's fake, but, like, in real life, it's fake, but in the movie, that's really happening. They're, like, really killing these people and really torturing them. Yeah. So, like, but he's like so desensitized to it, and he's just determined of like, oh, this is a great production. Look at that. They don't have to do a lot of sets, not a whole lot of camera.
Yeah,
where do they find these actors?
It's just a show.
Yeah, and he's like, how do we get on this? I need these people. Let's do this, kind of a thing. Like, it's once again to show like desensitized to it. It's just like, oh, whatever, yeah. Because like the immediately seeing like just that like 30 seconds the guy originally had, I'm like, oh, these people are being murdered.
Yeah, I was like,
oh, and it's just so unsettling. I think it's just because it's that one camera.
Yeah.
And the audio is just like a room mic. And it's just that echoey of screaming and like people getting hit with a whip and like chained up and like the dudes in like the black suits. And I was like, Cronenberg is pretty fucked up.
Yeah, like, well, I mean, just like that lady, I think it was the lady that's why, like, because doesn't he show? It's not. He shows Debbie Harry, but doesn't he show that other lady too?
I don't think he ever does show.
Because like what they show.
Oh, later on that lady does. She's like, oh, it's a snuff film. They're really doing it. Because when she has like that dinner at the fucking 3 margaritas with him or whatever. But so him and Nikki, and she's like, oh, do you have any porno? She's like, it gets me in the mood. He's like, oh, not that one. He's like, oh, let's watch it. It's Videodrome. And then she's liking it a lot, and then you find out she likes to get a little bit hurt, and a lot of bit hurt, I should say.
Yeah, I know. I was like, whoa.
And then they have an ear piercing party, an ear piercing slumber party.
Yeah, which is like, I was like, at first it took me a second to realize what was going on. I was like, what is with the cork? I'm like,
yeah, what are you guys doing? You pop on a bottle of wine, and he's like,
I know. I was like,
my cord.
I got to put it behind your ear.
Like I like the line. She's like, why don't you take that like pocket knife that you have and put it on my neck? And he's like, oh, it looks like somebody beat me to it. And he like, I don't think he realized what it was like. Oh wait, are you fucking serious?
Yeah, like
did somebody actually do this to you? Like, But then he went full force into it, pierced both of her ears.
Yeah.
No ice, and he's not even putting the cork behind it. He's just holding the cork and going through, like, the corks to prevent the needle to go through to the neck, and he was just holding it in a different hand and like, oh, I didn't know I was supposed to hit the cork. This is the first time for me, lady. I'm sorry, Nikki. This is the first time. I've never pierced someone's ears before while being naked on a carpet, so
Yeah.
it's a first for me. I'm sorry.
I don't usually handle sharp things when I'm nude.
Yeah. I try not to.
Yeah.
But hey, this is what you're into. This is how Videodrome got you.
That y'all in
Your
the
juices
mood.
flowing, you know?
I guess so.
And then I'll go with it because you're Debbie
pierce some
Harry
ears.
and I'm James Woods. So
Yeah. Because in what reality would that ever happen?
it was just, like, it's so like. I'm sorry, James Woods, if you watch this, you are a great individual, a great actor, and you're a classically handsome man. I will tell you that. But there was a time, maybe there still is, where people are like, James Woods fucking hot. Like, there's somebody for everybody.
Were there?
But it's
Do
just,
you think people were?
I think there were. I mean, he was like shirtless
Okay,
through a lot
fine.
of this
Like,
movie,
there are
you know?
people that thought Rod Stewart was hot, and I still don't get it.
At least James Woods has a great personality.
Yeah.
Great, charismatic man. So over Rod Stewart, I would pick James Wood any day of the week. James,
Definitely.
give me a call.
Hit us up.
You can pierce my ears any day of the week, partner.
Yeah, we'll chill on a carpet.
We can watch the movie Videodrome and watch that scene in particular, and we can shot by shot remake
See,
it.
I thought they were going at it, but I don't know if they were really. I think
No,
it might
'cause
have
they're just
been
they're just like laying there. The coolest fucking shot though is because the Videodrome's playing on in the background, and like it pans out and they're on the floor in the Videodrome room,
Oh
like
yeah,
naked
yeah.
and like everything like that. And I was like, oh fuck, that is so fucking
Do you
cool.
think that well,
I think that was just because
do you
they're.
think that was part of his hallucination though?
I think yeah, because once they said once you
he'd already seen Videodrome
Yeah.
at that point, but also her
she probably saw hallucinations too.
Well, spoilies and such and jumping around later on. Isn't she not alive though?
No, so
So.
end of the movie, after he gets, should we wait?
Okay, well, we'll just keep
We'll
going
wait.
from where we were. Well,
Yeah. So then I think the next day, he goes and has that meeting with that older lady, and
That's
she's
right,
like
yeah.
pitching that Dionysus thing to him, and he's like, "I need you to get in touch with find a way for me to get in touch with the Videodrome people because I want to have." She's like, "Why don't you make your own show? You can make your own show. What would you want to do?" And he's just like, "Oh yeah, I could do that kind of a thing." And then Nikki, I think her name's Nikki, they're hanging out again, and she's like, I'm gonna go I gotta go to Pittsburgh for like a thing for my work.
yeah. She's like,
And
oh,
she's
and then
like,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna-
also try out.
I'm gonna audition for Videodrome. He's like, no, this is some pretty fucking serious shit. Don't do that. And then she's like, hey Max, check it out. And she's like, burns herself with a cigarette.
Yeah, I'm like,
which that looked really good. Props to Rick Baker who did the special effects for this. Like he's a good legend. That fucking cigarette burn looked pretty goddamn good.
yeah, it did. And I think at that point, even if it was Debbie Harry at that point, I'd be like, I don't know, man. I don't know if we can hang out anymore.
Drawing a line in the sand, because then she's like, here, Max. And then, they don't show it happen, but he's, getting, kind of closer, and he's just, he's in it too deep at that point. That's the point where I saw where he's just, I'm in it.
Yeah. Well, he had already been exposed to Videodrome.
And then he's like, I'm putting cigarettes out on this lady. This is my life now. Hey, this is the Videodrome life. So next, Nikki's not coming back from Pittsburgh, Toronto, wherever she said she was going. But Max has a meeting with that lady, and she finds out, oh, Videodrome's a front for this, political thing that
Oh, yeah,
that
she
Mr.
says it's
Oblivion's
political.
got.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's like the Oblivion guy for that church or whatever. And so he's like, okay. I like when he's like, I owe you, she's like, you have to be really nice to me. And he's like, we can take a shower together.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, well, how
She's
about
like, I don't do it. You're a little too old for me.
I was
is
like,
what she
oh,
said.
ouch, damn.
Ouch.
Also, damn, like how young do you like him? But then you kind of find that
The
out.
waiter comes by and you're like,
You're like, well, he's not that young.
So then he goes to the church, which they have like homeless people.
Oh,
and
that's
they're,
right.
like,
It's like that.
they have like TVs set up.
Yeah.
And it's to help them like reintegrate into like the world or something. I don't know. Like this is one of those scenes where it's like this seems weirdly dystopian futuristic, where it's
Right?
like
Because it didn't.
these people are sucked into the TVs or something.
I'm not really one to become one of the like. I don't usually get too confused by movies, but this was one of
Yeah.
those movies where I that scene kind of confused me because I was like, what are these people doing? Like they look
Yeah.
like fucking junkies. Like just being just like really absorbed into TV or kind of ish. Like
Yeah,
I
and
don't
they're
know.
all like in a little cubicle. They all get their own little room, and
Yeah, and
the
it's
one
it's
like
yeah,
that
it's
guy's
like
watching something, and Max looks over him. The guy does like this slow like smile to him that I
yeah.
fucking like loved. But it's to me, this is very. I'm pulling this out there for some reason. It's like a THX to me, where it's like not everything's explained. You're just thrown in this moment of time, and like you're just kind of seeing it, because like in THX, like nothing's explained. Like they're doing a lot of
It's
terminology
true.
stuff. I was like, wait, what's going on? And like they're just presenting it like it's normal life, like everyday kind of a thing. So like I was
You know,
just
like
like,
if you are in this
you understand
situation,
what this is.
this is what it is.
If
Like
you're part of this world
it's like you get
universe,
to it's like you get to peer into like a Cronenberg like universe that he
yeah.
created, and you don't get
And
any
he's not
explanation,
gonna
but you
tell
just
you
get to watch.
everything.
No,
You're an observer. You can't do everything.
yeah.
So he goes and talks to
Well, yeah, he meets that woman.
it's his Oblivion's daughter.
Well, does he find out there that it's her daughter or his daughter?
I think she tells. She's like, "Yeah, it's my dad" or whatever. But she's like, "We'll send you a tape," because he's like, "I know you guys are behind Videodrome," or he was like, "I'll just tell your father Videodrome."
Yeah,
You know,
and he'll
and then
understand.
he'll understand.
Yeah.
So he gets like, that's when he starts having like hallucinations, because
Oh yeah, because the tape starts talking to him.
well, because his assistant brings that tape, and when he first has the tape, it like does the it moves and he
Oh
drops
yeah,
it.
it gets all puffy.
And then while he's watching the tape shirtless with his gun for some reason, he keeps like itching his stomach. And then that's when like it turned like his stomach opens up later on with that like weird gross looking slit in the mouth, and he puts
Yeah.
his, for some reason pokes his gun into it. And then just like
Leaves his gun in there.
yeah.
I was like, that'll come out
There's
later.
there's so many times in this movie where like it's obviously not a hallucination because other people saw it happen.
Yeah.
So, does watching Videodrome literally change your body? I guess because it's the new flesh, like
Yeah.
whenever. Because spoiler alert, later on when that dude like gets his hand stuck and he pulls out and he's got like the grenade on it, like other people see that and he fucking blows up. So it's like,
Yeah.
oh, that
So
shit
it's like,
actually is happening.
well, I mean, because even Oblivion talks about like how like he goes on some sort of rant about like reality and stuff. I feel like I should go back and like listen to him instead of like kind of listen to what's his name mumbling to Debbie Harry in the background.
Oh, what?
Huh? Man, he keeps talking. He's being distracting. James,
Dude,
shh.
James, shush. So then, yeah, he gets that tape, and Oblivion's telling him, and it's great because he like specifically addresses him as Max. Which now thinking about it is fucking wild because spoiler alert, the dude's dead. He's been dead.
Yeah.
So
For
they
like
have
a while too. Like
yeah, for like a year or some shit.
yeah.
But they have so many tapes of him. He's like done so many tapes
What
of
was
him
it,
recording
like
himself.
thousands of tapes?
Yeah.
Like it's like a weird, it's like a huge amount of like tapes of himself.
Yeah.
But
And-
like, and it kind of goes into the like, you don't really, if you were like on TV, you kind of don't ever die. So he's not really.
That's kind of what
dead.
she said. She's like, he wasn't sad to lose his body.
Yeah.
Because he's gonna live forever on TV.
He's
but
basically immortalized
yeah.
through all of
Because
this.
James Wood comes back and he's like, she's like, yeah, he's my dad. He's dead. Here's some tapes to, the side effects are from watching Videodrome is you get a brain tumor. That's what my dad died of. And you also start seeing hallucinations. And she's like, have you been hallucinating? He goes, well, yeah, a little bit.
Just, slightly, tiny bit.
Yeah. I don't remember when this was. I think it was before the gun stomach scene where he has that dream with like the TV.
Oh yeah, where the TV is like all moaning, and then he starts
Yeah, and it's like
well, there's two TV scenes. There's one where he puts his face in it, and it's like her mouth. I love
yeah,
the.
that was
oh my god, the TV
because
was
the
so
screen's
cool.
coming out like that scene. Because like what was so cool is like he touches it and it moves, but when he touches it, like veins pop up, like it's excited, like
Yeah.
oh, just that little fucking like touches it and then like. And
Yeah,
then, like, the knobs are moving in and out. But, yeah, when that screen comes out and he's like, ooh, it gets pushed in there.
and I don't remember. It goes to a different scene after that. Like he wakes up or something.
Yeah, I think
after
that was, like, another dream. But, yeah, then I think he starts seeing all the videos from Oblivion. And then he puts the gun in his tummy. Oblivion found out what they wanted to use Videodrome for was, like, a mind control political war thing.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Like, it just didn't make a whole lot of sense because it's like all. So, was he like the last test subject? Because it sounds like they've been doing it a little bit, like here
I
and
don't think
there.
he's the last one. Like, it seems like they're just fucking with people. Like, they wanted him specifically.
Well, yeah, to get
'Cause
his
they
like
sent-
channel and stuff.
Yeah, they sent that dude in there, which you find out that dude didn't watch any of the Videodrome stuff because he was like, you never see him actually watch it. And then he's contacted by the producer for Videodrome,
Yeah.
which that guy has like the glasses shop. He's like an optometrist or something, which like I would have done the exact same thing if I was there meeting that guy and it was nighttime and he wasn't around. I'd have been like, okay, I'm going to put some of these sunglasses on. And
I know,
do
right?
this. He's like, I should kill you for that. He's like, that's top secret. That's our spring collection or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Your face isn't ready for this one. It's this. You want something a little more narrow and smaller. And just like that. Okay. But then, so that guy was like, we're behind Videodrome, but first it's trying to seem like a good guy, like he's helping him out.
Yeah.
And he's like, put this really fucking cool helmet on your head. That helmet was dope.
It was
as
really cool.
Fuck. And he's like, we're going to record one of your hallucinations.
And he's like, don't try and fight it. Just have a hallucination, basically.
Yeah.
And it's like,
and I'm not going to be here for it. So peace.
yeah, I'm not gonna hang out in here while you do it. I don't really like to watch this. Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean, dude? What the fuck?
And there was this really fucking cool, beautiful shot. And it's just Max sitting in that chair with like the Virtual Boy Game Gear thing on his head. And like the camera just like pulls out slowly and he's just sitting on there.
Yeah, just
And it
kinda
goes
like,
on for such a long time and like it's such a fucking cool shot. Like, ugh. And then yeah, he starts having that hallucination where
Is that the one
Nikki
with the other
comes
TV?
up. Yeah, so like Nikki comes up and they're in Videodrome and she is the TV and then he like starts kind of whipping it. Like, ha ha ha, okay. And then he gets like way too into it. And
Yeah, now he's like
fucking
just going
serious. Yeah. And then it pulls down to the TV and it's that older lady that told him about Oblivion and then, you know, pitched him the Dionysus thing. And she's the one on the TV like screaming and everything like that.
And then he like wakes up from like the dream.
Yeah, which you're like, so was that, did they like send him
'cause,
home? Was that
yeah.
whole thing the hallucination? Is he still hallucinating? Like, it's just,
But then like that's when like he like finds that lady in his bed.
and she's like tied up and strangled and dead. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh. And then he calls that guy immediately. He's like, go take a picture of my bed right now. Go in there, take a fucking picture.
Yeah, go look and see.
And there's nothing there. And the guy knows, now that you know, the guy knows that, and he's just feeding into that, into Max's fucking, because they're brainwashing him at this point to be like, all right, you're going to be our sleeper cell, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, that was...
It's like, it's weird though. It's like crazy. It's like you're our sleeper cell, but it's like super out in the open. There's like nothing you can do about it.
Yep. And it's just
because you just have like these awful hallucinations.
Yeah. But that are so... The things about your body are like so fucking real.
But like, how does he like if it's not real, then where the fuck was he hiding his gun?
That part's real because I think it really changes like your body. But like I don't know if he perceives it the
Well,
way
because
they do.
even Oblivion talks about it like
Yeah.
changing him. Like it's not like it. He's like it's like a tumor, but like not in the sense that it like
It's
you
the new
gain
flesh.
something. Yeah,
So like cuz there's so many times where like and that's what I love about the movie is that you don't know what's a hallucination, you don't know what's real. Like they see the thing open in his stomach. They put the tape in there. He's like, "I got
yeah,
something else I want you to watch." And then, the guy's like that's when they reveal, "Oh, this guy was a plant the whole time. We want your channel." The tape they put in his tum tum was like, "Kill your partners.
yeah. Kill your
Go kill your
partners
partners."
and give us your channel.
And then he pulls the gun out of his stomach, and then it like fuses to his hand. I love that
That
like
was so cool.
the like spike cords come from the finger, go through the hand and like up the wrist. And I like how each time he pulls it out, it's like getting bigger and like encompassing the gun more and more. And it's just
But
like
what's
this
crazy
big
is
gooey
he can
mess.
also like he
It's just
puts it
normal.
away. Sometimes it's just gone.
Because there's like a part after, like when he goes up there and kills both the guys in his boardroom, he's like hiding the gun the whole time, and he's running. When he gets to the alleyway, he's running. It's just normal in his hand, and he
Yeah.
still goes like hiding it. So it's like once again, is
Like
he
which
seeing that
part
or
of
is
this
it
is like the
real?
hallucination? Yeah, that's why it was like starting to get to like
Because that dude fucking blows up later on.
yeah,
Like his hand is gone, and the people in the restaurant see or the in the optometrist see that too. He's bleeding, walks against
yeah.
the wall, and then blows up. So like obviously the parts on his body are real, but can he like turn it off and on? Maybe he's not good at controlling it yet, kind of a thing. Like I don't know, because at the end he's got it down. He's like
But he's
the
also
gun's
straight
always
up like brainwashed
yeah, because he just walked in the room and bang
because
bang.
like he's just doing what these people are saying. But then like he goes to kill that other woman.
Yeah, the Oblivion's
Yeah,
daughter, and
he's
she
now go kill
like
her. But she like
mhm.
reverse
Dude, she like
brainwashes him like quick.
that was so good. Just like lights off, hides behind a thing, and then he opens up and it's a TV, and that scene was so fucking cool because when he shoots the TV, it suddenly becomes a torso and it's his, and it's like those shots were on him,
Yeah,
and I was like, what the fuck
I
is
know.
going? There's a
Like
lot of those moments. I'm like, what the fuck is going on,
I
dude?
think that was what was so cool about this movie is I haven't had a movie that did that to me for a while where I was like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? Oh my god.
And what's fucked up though is like I think his brain's just too like beyond repair now, because she just reverse brainwashes him, and he's just like yes. It's like
She's
kill
just like,
video
all right, now
down with
go kill
yeah
that.
down with Videodrome. All hail the new flesh. And he's like
Yeah,
down with kill video death to Videodrome. All hail the new flesh.
yeah,
Like
like just
he's
instantly,
just
and
gone
he's like, all right, now go kill that other guy.
on it.
Okay.
Yeah, and he goes to the this whole thing for glasses.
Yeah,
Dance routine, big glass in the background, this like weird play going on about like them with a marble stone, then suddenly it turns into like a fucking rocket show, and this is all over a glasses line, a new
yeah,
line of glasses. Which I also don't know. I don't think the people there were in on Videodrome. Like I think it was just him in charge of it, and then like other people behind the scenes.
yeah. I think
Because
that like
when
I think the glasses thing is just all a front. Like I think
yeah,
it literally is. That's all it is.
that all it is. Because yeah, Max leaves the church and he goes and finds the Canadian Mexican guy, and he's like, "Oh, you want more work from us, don't you?" Because it's a manhunt now because
Yeah,
everyone's like, "There's that TV." It's like, "Oh, this guy killed these two guys. If you find him."
yeah.
He's like standing next to that bum watching the TV,
Oh yeah,
and so he walks into the place, and there's like the Rasta dude that works there.
oh yeah.
The guy from Jamaica talk like this. Hey, he's like, just looking around. There's not much to look at there, man. And I was like,
But all
okay.
right, and he just like goes around him.
Just leaves, yeah. And then
I
yeah,
don't
he finds the
like
guy in the back.
that's when he finds the pirate guy.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, "Oh, you want more work, don't you?" And he's like,
Oh yeah.
gives him another pulse and tape,
Well, he tries to.
puts it in his gutty works, and hand gets stuck, and then the wind starts coming out. There's so much wind in my tummy, and then
Yeah.
comes out, and he's got like, I didn't know what it was at first on his hand.
I know. I was like, whoa, what happened to his
It
hand?
was like a corn. Did he have a metal hand? Was it a corn cob? What's going on here? And he's like freaking out. Gets to a wall and then just explodes.
It's like, oh,
Like just a fucking badass. Now Max just like walks out of the hole and just like walks down the
Yeah.
street, and that little girl's like, "I want to see it, mommy."
that's when he goes to the big like
Yeah, to like the big
the
convention.
big convention, the glasses convention with all
The
the
glasses
like,
con, our new spring collection. Ooh, and everyone's like, "Yeah, fucking glasses. Whoa."
they're at a big old party for just glasses. I like how he
I
sits
can't
down
wait
and
to
he
see
ends up
shit.
like behind him.
What a great way to like just walk in and like grab a pamphlet and go, huh, and just like nod at someone, just keep walking like you belong there, and they're just like,
Yeah.
okay. I mean, there's like hundreds of people walking by him, but like, yeah. And then the guy comes out on stage, and just immediately gets up, gets on the stage, and bam, bam,
Well,
bam,
he shoots him
bam.
like a few times in the chest and then one in the head, and then
He like
he,
turns like tumors are coming out of him. He's just like, "Grah," like splitting open, and he's
splitting
like
open and like
fucking,
gushing.
like, fatty like tumors are coming at him. He's just like screaming
It's
on
great.
there,
He's
which
like
those
gurgling.
people are seeing that, so that's obviously
Yeah, so
real,
that's
not a
real.
hallucination. So it's like anything that he does with his like his flesh gun now can happen, you know. Death to Videodrome. Oh hell, a new flesh. And I was like, fuck yeah, dude.
Well, it's great. I like when he's leaving. You can still hear him like gurgling.
It just looks so cool, like the head splitting open.
Yeah.
There's like these big old fatty fucking like bulges coming out
I
of
just
him.
I'm sitting there and I'm watching it and I'm just like, okay, he shot him. Then he falls down. He just starts like, and I'm like, okay, like,
Whoa,
awesome.
okay. What's in those bullets, dude? Yeah, he goes into the boats, and there's like what's weird is like I don't know if why he went there. Like, is something in the Videodrome brainwash mind tell him to go there? Because like there's already a mattress
Yeah.
with like some food and some like a old fire and stuff in there. So it's like, who lives here? Or is it just like him? Like, oh, there's a boat I can go hide in that just so happens to have a
I know.
mattress in it.
You know, and then like the TV.
Just appears, and oh yeah, because then while he's being brainwashed, Oblivion's daughter was like, oh yeah, you know, Nikki went to Videodrome and they fucking killed her.
Yeah.
And he's looking at the footage of it and it's like, yeah, she's fucking dead. She's been dead for like a week, like days now, dude. And, like,
Yeah. Like, and so whoever you've been talking to, like,
that ain't her, man.
yeah.
So then the TV appears and it's her on it again. Like, come
Yeah.
on, Nikki, come on. You're ready for the next level.
Yeah.
You've already done so much damage to Videodrome. You're ready for the next level, which,
But well, she says you've done damage to it, but you haven't stopped it.
yeah. And she's like, you're ready for the next level, but not with this body. And she's like, don't be afraid to
Because
lose
like
your
I
body
already
or
did it.
whatever.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah. But that was cool because she's like, it's so easy. I'll show you how. And then it's the clip of him getting up and he's like in front of the fire, you know. Oh, hail the new flesh. And he shoots himself. And then he does that exact same scene. And that's how the fucking movie ends. Which was fucking cool.
Yeah.
But to me, like, so this is where I started thinking about it too much. Was that TV Videodrome? And, like, telling him to kill himself? Because, like, all right, he fucked
Yeah,
us
because like
over.
he was that. Well, there was that, but
And they're just,
I
like,
don't.
pretending.
I just like see. I didn't know because like, also he was like because he was brainwashed again to go and kill that other guy. So is that just kind of what happens after she does her thing? You just
Go back
or does
to it.
any of the brainwashing from either side? And how long has this been going on? Like how long have these guys been
Oh,
going
yeah.
back
like,
and
probably
forth?
for a long time.
You know,
like, that
and
people
how
have
many
been-
like poor fucking puns have they had in the middle of this?
probably way too many. But, like, for me, the way I saw it was that TV and Nikki, that wasn't really her. That was, like, Videodrome convincing him to kill himself, going, "Oh yeah, you'll take them down. You just got to go to the next level," because they're like pissed off that he did that.
Yeah.
But it's like, but it's hard to tell. Like, is he actually gonna
Because
go
like
to
if he
the
would
new
have
level?
succeeded in killing what's her name, then would he?
They probably would have had the same end result, or would they just
or would
kept
he have
him
given,
around
just
as like a
kept giving him shit to do?
yeah. So like it's one of those endings where I'm like, okay, but who was talking to him?
Yeah.
Was it the Videodrome side saying, "Hey, kill yourself because you're an asshole and you killed our main guy," or was it like the Oblivion side of like, "Yeah, if you actually do this, you'll go to the next level,
Yeah.
which is you'll be immortalized in TV forever." Like it's just this perpetual cycle that will never fucking end. Like I think that's just what it comes down to. Is like, nope, nothing matters. It's gonna happen again. Welcome
Yep.
to real life.
And you will be immortalized in TV.
Yeah. So you're welcome.
You know.
Yeah, fucking bonkers, dude. Like, for like practical effects alone, were fucking astounding. But Cronenberg always does it. He always does.
Yeah. There's always
always
some cool
does the good
practical
effects.
effects. There's always
Like he's always like, all right, let's like the whole like fly transformation in The Fly was like too much, but too good. Like losing fingernails and like getting all gooey and like the head splitting open.
those practical effects like bring you there. It's like it's way more scary.
Yeah,
You know,
because
'cause, I
like
mean,
you
it's
know
like-
it's there. You know it's
Yeah.
tangible. It's touchable. Like,
Yeah, you could touch it. Like
your
if you're
brain
right there
knows.
watching it, you're like, oh
Yeah.
my god, this thing is gross
Oh,
shit.
it's all slimy.
Like it's not real, but it's real. Like in the sense that like someone made it, it's there.
They put time and effort into it. It's a fucking craft, and it pays
Yeah.
off. You know.
Well, yeah, because I'd like, God, dude, practical effects like they just like that thing you sent me with the Lord of the Rings practical
Oh,
effects,
yeah.
where
Oh,
it was
yeah.
just a model. Oh my God. Like
But it
it's
doesn't look
something
like it
that
when
just
you
like
watch the movie.
like pushes it like way over. Like it's. I wish more people would do practical effects. We could sit here and talk about practical effects.
We always do, folks. Whenever there's a movie with practical effects, we do tend to get a little too excited for it, but for good reason. Is because it makes a movie. Like it made this movie like visceral and real and gritty and gross, and like camera work alone, like it's just shot so uneasy too. Like there's just such uneasy moments. Like it's not a comfortable
it's got
movie.
stress. It's got stress.
It's a stressful fucking movie, but in a good way.
Yeah.
So I always feel bad because we like breeze through Ryan movies every time, but
I
it's
don't
just
feel like
because we're like,
It's not a breeze.
yeah.
Are you kidding me? That was
no,
not
it's
a
like my brain
breeze.
hurts. But like, yeah, it's like I always kind of feel bad because like the Ryan episodes always end up being like the shorter ones, but he just picks good movies, folks.
Well,
I don't know how to.
You get sucked into it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have a special VHS tape here that's just gooey and pulsating, and I'm about to put it in Dane's tum tum because I want him to say something special for you.
And now it's all gooey in my tummy
It's in his
now.
tummy.
And what he wants me to say is, we want you to go to Project Nerd, check out Project Nerd, and watch the stuff on Project Nerd. We've got lots of fun stuff there to nerd out on. We've got unboxing videos and other review videos like what we do, and maybe more fun stuff, maybe less fun stuff, probably more fun stuff than us.
Check it out, Project-Nerd. All hail the new flesh. It's time for the review. The review that's pointless, but we do it anyway. This is why people watch the show.
For a review that we take an hour to get to.
Yeah, you can skip to the end, folks. It's fine.
Yeah.
Really fucking good movie. Thank you, Ryan. This might be my new favorite Cronenberg movie. I'm gonna put that out there. It's really fucking cool. Story's really rad. Pacing's really cool. Practical effects, fucking beautiful. Shot really well. and James Woods is a god amongst men. So I'm going to give this movie 9.3 pulsating TVs out of 10.
I'm gonna have to agree with you. Thank you, Ryan. Awesome pick. Of course. Again, not a whole lot of notes because I just kind of got sucked into this.
Oh, like in the movie.
Yeah. Obviously, awesome practical effects. I mean, like, I don't know what else to say that Dylan already didn't say about this movie. Like, what we both have been saying about this the whole time. I don't know if it's now my favorite Cronenberg. Definitely up there, though. I don't know if I'll ever have a favorite Cronenberg, because they all have, like, a
It's kind
spice
of
to
like
them.
it's kind of like having a favorite David Lynch. I go through phases where I'm like, oh, this is my favorite. No, this
Like,
is my
oh,
favorite.
man, I haven't seen this one in a while, and you watch, you're like, oh, God, it's so good.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that, I guess. I will give this movie, I'll give it a 9.5 gooey, gross guns out of 10.
That gun ain't gonna work. It's got tummy juice all over. It's just gonna
It's
jam
gooey.
up.
It's got mucus.
Ooh, it's got gooey tummy juice on it. Gooey. Thank you very much, Ryan, for the submission for the Two Guys One Film telethon, Viewer's Choice telethon. Yeah, as always, you're the guy that I watch all the cool movies. I'm a cool guy.
Yeah,
I'm so much better than you
hipster
guys.
movie guy.
He is
Well,
that.
in him being better than us, we are now becoming as good, closer.
I will become you one of these days, Ryan.
We're the new Ryan.
I will absorb you in my tummy, in my tummy slit. You're gonna put you in there, and I will become the new Ryan. Ba 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 ba. But we really do love you, Ryan. Yeah. So check it out. Check out Videodrome. Worth a watch.
Definitely.
For Two Guys One Film. I'm Dylan.
And I'm Dane.
I'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
All hail the new Flash.
All hail the new Ryan.
Oh, Ryan was